The top 100k dream might just still be alive. Hear me out for a second. Alright, hear me out for a second, guys. We might just have a chance to make it inside that top 100k by the end of the season. Hear me out. Alright, 41 points I've got this week in Game Week 37. I've got bonus points to come, and I've still got 4 more players left to play, right? I still got Erling Haaland, I still got Mohamed Salah, I still got Ebrici Eze, and I still have Ismaila Sarr. Now, the reason why I believe we still might just have a chance of getting inside that top 100k, as mad as it sounds, as crazy as it sounds, is because, right, according to my live rank, according to Fantasy Football Hub, I'm currently ranked at 241k, and that's with 4 players left to play. Now, I know it is a bit of a stretch, but I still do believe there is a slight possibility we have a chance to make it inside the top 100k by the end of the season, right? After Game Week 38, there is a chance, bro. There is a chance, and I'll tell you why, right? I know it's a big ask, 100%. I know it's a big ask, but if Erling Haaland, Mohamed Salah, Ebrici Eze and Ismaila Sarr, if they bang, right, if they get me the points I need, it could push me up further to around maybe 170k, maybe even 150k. If I can get to around between 150 and 170k, if I can get to that rank, right, by Game Week 38, by the time Game Week 37 is finished, we might just have a very, very small chance of making it inside the top 100k by the end of the season. Now, I can't lie, Game Week 37, I would say has gone pretty well, right? It has gone pretty well. Most of my players have actually banged, to be honest with you guys. The only player that didn't really do anything is Decore and Nico Williams. However, Nico Williams, right, is actually somehow, some way, he's managed to fluke his way to 2 bonus points, I believe. So, yeah, Nico Williams will end up on 4 points, which is great. But yeah, Decore is the only one that really flopped for me. Blanking against Southampton, not gonna lie, I regret picking him. He's been an absolute waste of space, this absolute bum, right? Bought him in against Ipswich, did nothing, wasn't even in the squad. Benched him against Fulham, of course, then that's when he returned. Started him against Southampton and stunk out the gaff. So yeah, a disaster of a transfer, not gonna lie. But as I said, right, this game week has gone pretty well. My guy David getting a clean sheet, double Everton defense coming in clutch with a clean sheet against Southampton as well. Rodgers getting an assist, and my captain, right, the Vardy party. We certainly did have a party with that one. 8 points, 6 points, but he's getting bonus points. So I do believe he'll finish on 8 points, which is really, really good, man. And I'm really, really happy with that punt. But yeah, that transfer worked out well. So all in all, it's actually been a very, very good game week. I'm not going to lie, guys, right? And as I said, I thought it was over. I'm not gonna lie, and there is a large part of me that still does believe it is over, and there is no chance of getting inside the top 100k. But I just still keep thinking, right? I'm ranked at 240k. I've got 4 players left to play. That's still quite a lot. I've got Haaland, Salah, Eze, and Sarr. They're all attackers, right? 4 attackers left to play. Right, and I know a lot of people are going to say, well, you know, Eze, Sarr, they just played in the FA Cup. They just played about 100 minutes. They're going to be fatigued. They're going to be tired. They're going to be drunk even. A lot of people are probably going to say that, yes, the Palace players are going to be on the beach. They've just won the FA Cup. You know, they're going to be playing drunk, all this, that, and whatever. But listen, hear me out. Number one, I want to debunk this myth about Crystal Palace players being drunk, right? Because I believe it's going to be the opposite. I really do believe it will be the opposite. Number one, right, a key point that I want to point out, right, is a lot of the Crystal Palace players are extremely religious, right? A lot of them are devoted Christians, and I think some of them are Muslims as well. So obviously they're not going to drink. So that's that out the window. We can put that argument to bed, right? They will not be playing drunk, right? Now, I know they've just won the FA Cup. So you might say they're not really, and they've got nothing to play for in the Premier League, so they're not really going to care. However, it is the last game at Selhurst Park, right, of this season, right, and they've just won the FA Cup. So I think the crowd, the fans, the atmosphere, it's going to be rocking. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be great vibes, and I just think Glasner isn't going to rotate. I still believe Eze will start. I still believe Sarr will start. I even still believe big boy Jean-Philippe Mateta will start as well. I think Glasner is going to choose his strongest team because, as I said, I think with it being the last game at Selhurst Park for the rest of the season, and off them just coming off the back of winning the FA Cup, winning their first trophy for the club in their history, I believe that I just think the vibes, honestly, I think the vibes, the atmosphere, the morale is going to be at an all-time high. And also, Wolves have nothing to play for. Now, I know some of you guys are just probably saying I'm trying to feed my delusion here, but honestly, I believe there is a good chance that Eze and Sarr can really do well in this game against Wolves, right? I think Wolves, as I said, nothing to play for. Crystal Palace playing off complete vibes, just won the FA Cup. Their players, as I said, are religious. They don't drink. So, listen, I think there's a good chance, right, that Eze and Sarr can do well. And then, of course, we've got Mohamed Salah left against Brighton away. Again, Liverpool, yes, they're on the beach. Yes, they are literally on holiday. A lot of the players, the managers have been on holiday. So, I understand that. But again, Brighton have nothing to play for. And look, there is always a chance there with Salah for him to do well. And then we've got Erling Haaland as well against Bournemouth at home. Man City definitely need to win this game. They've got the Champions League spot to play for. So again, there is hope there. There is belief. But all I'm trying to say here, guys, right, is if it does go to plan, right, and my players here do return, then I could get into a rank of around 150 to 170k. And if that does happen in the final game week, in game week 38, we definitely do have something to play for. There is a chance, as far-fetched as it may seem, there is always a possibility. I would definitely have to pick sort of a crazy differential captain. I mean, looking at the fixtures, maybe someone like, off the top of my head, I'm thinking maybe someone like Anton Semenyo captain, for example. I bring him in, right, and captain him, right? That would be a crazy differential captain. And if it did pay off, then it could just possibly, right, push me into the top 100k, assuming the rest of my team did also do well. But it's something to think about. But all I'm trying to say is, guys, maybe it's not just yet over. Now, I might be delusional. You guys let me know in the comments. But I don't know, man. I just think there is a small chance. But yeah, man, as I said, guys, game week 37, it went really well, man. I can't really complain. I think it's gone well, to be fair. I mean, as I said, bro, a lot of my players have returned. Only Decore has done bad. So yeah, can't really complain from me. I'm hoping, one thing I do want to say as well, right, is that Saliba came off at half time. I don't know if it's because he was injured. I really don't know what the problem was here, but I'm hoping that he's going to be fit, and I'm hoping that he's going to play against Southampton because it's such a good fixture. And Isak wasn't in the squad as well. Now, I did know that Eddie Howe did mention something about Isak needing to have surgery at the end of the season, but this has been something that's been ongoing, and he's been playing with this, you know, supposed injury because it's not been that serious. So I'm hoping that he will be fit to play against Everton, because if he's not fit to play against Everton, then we do have a serious problem. And I could be potentially looking at taking a -4 or even a -8 hit for game week 38, depending on if I've got these injuries or not. Because, you know, Vardy's not going to play, right? That's been confirmed already. He's not going to play for game week 38, so he needs to come out. So, yeah, we could actually, you know, have a few problems that we need to deal with for game week 38. But we'll wait and see what happens. Hopefully Isak's not injured. Hopefully Saliba's not injured. And hopefully they'll be in my starting 11 for game week 38. But yeah, man, I'm going to keep this reaction video short and sweet, as I feel like most of my I still do have quite a few players left to play. And yeah, I don't know what my fate holds at the moment, you know. So yeah, I feel like there's not much for me to say this week. So I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. It is the second to last game week of this season as well. Which has just been crazy, man. I think the season has gone so quick. But I do want to say that I will be doing a watch along for the last day of the season, Sunday the 25th of May, 4 o'clock. We will be there. I'll be live for all the games, so hopefully it's a good one. And as I said, man, hopefully, just hopefully, we do make it inside that top 100k, man. I don't know. Listen, call me crazy, but if Haaland, Salah, Eze and Sarr do what they need to do, there is just a chance we might be able to do it. So yeah, let's see what happens there. But as I said, man, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate all the support throughout the season. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, man, I'll catch you guys in the next one. But until then, I'm out. Peace.